Welcome to I Couldn't Help But Wonder Divorce Decoded, the podcast where we untangle the legal, emotional, and financial threads of modern family law one story at a time. I'm Lorraine Silverman, and today we're tackling one of the most vulnerable and surprisingly strategic questions after divorce. When and how do you start dating again? They say experience is the best teacher. And in divorce, that lesson is often brutal, expensive, and earned one affidavit at a time. So I couldn't help but wonder, when the dust has settled, the papers are signed, and someone intriguing slides into your DMs, how do you date smarter the second time around? Because we're not just talking about compatibility, we're talking boundaries, baggage, blended families, and the very real question of trust. The story, the CEO and the matchmaker misstep. Lena was a CEO in the nonprofit sector, poised, brilliant, discreet. Her ex-husband had been charming and eventually catastrophic. Their divorce was high conflict, high asset, and highly public. 6 months post-judgment, Lena met someone through a private matchmaker. He was kind, creative, a little younger, and not at all in her financial league. But after a few months, he started making comments about vacation homes, her legal fees, her business. Lena realized she had done the therapy, the legal work, the parenting adjustments, but she hadn't yet built the filter she needed for a new relationship, one that honored her growth, not just her availability. The legal and emotional framework. Dating post-divorce. Legally, once your divorce is final, you're free to date. But emotionally and strategically, here are a few things to keep in mind. 1. Be clear about your why. Are you dating to heal, to connect, to explore intimacy again, or because you're afraid of being alone? Self-awareness is your best protection against emotional detours that look like progress but aren't. 2. Don't outsource your healing. New attention can feel like validation, but it's not therapy. If you're still processing grief, betrayal, or guilt, make space for that work separately from new relationships. 3. Pay attention to patterns, not just chemistry. It's easy to get swept up, especially if your ex was emotionally unavailable or withholding, but charm isn't character and chemistry is not compatibility. 4. Guard your assets early. Avoid commingling finances, co-signing anything, or sharing access to business or real estate interests too soon. If it wouldn't pass legal or financial due diligence in business, don't do it in love either. 5. Protect your children's emotional space. Even if the relationship feels serious, wait to introduce a new partner until the relationship is stable and intentional, and your parenting schedule has adjusted to the rhythm of post-divorce life. 6. Don't ignore your new red flags just because they're not your old red flags. Sometimes we correct by dating the opposite of our ex, but different doesn't always mean better. If your ex was controlling and your new partner is avoidant or inconsistent, that's still a problem. 7. If you're in the middle of litigation, be extra careful. Don't post your new partner on social media. Don't let them show up at custody exchanges. Don't include them in text messages or emails with your co-parent. Judges don't want to see instability. They want to see maturity. 8. Emotional privacy is power. You don't owe your date your whole story. Share your divorce timeline when you're ready, not when prompted. Dating is not deposition prep. 9. Know what you want and what you can't risk repeating. Make a non-negotiables list. Keep it short, clear, and values-driven. And trust your instincts, especially the quiet ones. 10. You don't have to use apps if they make you feel disposable. There's no right way to date. Just what's right for you. Use what energizes you, not what depletes you. This is the time to date like the CEO of your own life. Vet your relationships the way you'd vet a business partner. Charm is lovely, but character is non-negotiable. The takeaway: you're not the same person who married the first time. You've seen what works, and you've learned, often the hard way, what doesn't. So when you date again, make sure it's with eyes open, boundaries firm, and self-worth fully intact. You've earned your peace. You don't need to rush back into someone else's chaos. Thanks for joining me for this episode of I Couldn't Help But Wonder Divorce Decoded. Next week, we're shifting gears and diving into the complex, high-stakes world of post-divorce real estate in an episode called Selling the House, Saving Your Sanity. Until then, if you're navigating new relationships, revisiting support terms, or protecting your children through change, visit thecdslawfirm.com for strategic, confidential guidance.